Hello, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Um, Last time we were doing some money gathering missions and whatnot. I think Bobby failed at rescuing a Kerbal from
I
orbit.
did. I'm gonna
I
get him this
did
time, though.
many things with satellites, and let's see. B- between the last episode and the episode before, we upgraded the tracking station. And then between episodes, this last time, I spent the money and upgraded our vehicle assembly building. And I think the next thing we need to upgrade is the astronaut complex. I'm actually thinking we probably should have done that um, before we actually started recording this now, unfortunately, so we could have
Yeah,
synced that. But I'm actually going to go ahead and just spend that money and upgrade that
yeah,
because
because you're gonna attempt to
I
to.
am attempting to go to the moon today, and Bobby is attempting to
I'm gonna attempt
rescue
to
a
rescue the
Kerbal.
Kerbal. It's
And
done. He,
I'm going to accept this Mun mission a while. Explore the Mun. And I worked on designing a ship here between episodes, so I wouldn't have to do all this on camera. And this is what I've come up with. I think we need to put a couple struts on here yet, though. Just for a little bit of stability's sake. Let's just do a two times, no, two times symmetry, please. Just, there we go. We're just going to do a two times symmetry like there. And then maybe something like this and this. That'll give us a little stability there. And then I think the other thing we want to do here is we need to stabilize these boosters, I think. So we're going to do like so, and hope we don't hit our part limit.
I'm gonna complete a quick little contract here. I got, which is basically test a part landed on Kerbin, which is the only part contracts you really should do if you don't. If you want to have a fun time here playing KSP.
Yeah, really. I mean, the rest of those part contracts, they're just like annoyingly detailed. I don't think they're necessarily hard, but they don't usually pay out very much.
They don't pay out much. Some of them have ridiculous specs. I think because I honestly think it's randomly generated, their methodology.
Uh huh.
You know, because just some of these things, like why would you like the one I actually picked in one of my personal games is that like bottom half or that like bottom rocket stage is like a fuel tank and like two giant rockets at the
Right,
bottom.
right.
Yeah, it was like test that in orbit, and I accidentally clicked on it. Like I can't. No way, I'm getting that thing in orbit. You can't even
Yeah.
attach a stage to the bottom of it.
Yeah. All right. So I think I'm good to send this guy. I'm hoping I have enough parachutes on this, but I think we should be good. Um, Worst comes to worst, we'll probably have some fuel left and we can burn off some speed. And we have landing legs, which absorb quite a bit of shock. We need a pilot, and Anmon Kerbin is not it, and we mysteriously have loads of Kerbals again. That's cool. I don't know what's up with that, but I think we're gonna go with Dudfred. Dudfred's done us well so far. I think we will continue with Mr. Dudfred here. Let's see. Let's check our staging. I think we need this guy here. Yeah. Right. I think we should be good. Good to go. Yeah. Let's save that quick. Let's click unable to launch. Craft is too large, too tall, I think. Okay, so let's just bring this whole thing down to about there. Okay, there we go. Save. Let's launch now. All right. Oh, we added in the ambient light mod here. This is just to make things a little bit more visible on YouTube, because I have been noticing that when we were on like the dark side of a planet or something, that it was pretty much just pitch black and looked like you were staring at a black screen, which is not great quality content for YouTube. All right, so let's.
Oh, I had something for this. I was gonna make fun. I was gonna make fun of it. It was been a perfect spot to make fun of another YouTube channel.
Let's see here. We need to actually.
I'm talking about you, Science Jedi.
There. What?
No,
okay.
It's anywho.
Anyways, all right. I'm gonna launch, and there we go. Off we go.
Okay, so Yager Kerman, who is right now in orbit, he is over what I call the Korean Peninsula, because it kind of looks like Korea, maybe, sort of Kerbin. And so I'm gonna speed up time here until he gets over the desert here.
And we are a little bit ahead of schedule on our speed here, unfortunately, but solid fuel boosters can't do that. Didn't work.
Uh-oh.
Let's revert flight. Okay, that was special. I thought the staging was right. Staging is not right at all. Let's fix that.
Got a little bit ahead of yourself, it sounds like.
A little bit, yeah. All right, SAS back on, and let's try that again. And let's just throttle that pretty much the whole way down this time. No need to waste that fuel because we're gonna get to speed early. No mainsails yet, so I'm doing this with a rocket motor that I don't usually use. It's like the in-between motor of that larger size. The skipper, I think.
Yeah,
and I've never really used the skipper. I always pretty much go right for the mainsail, but this is a bit smaller rocket than I build on that size, so I think it's probably all right.
All right, I slowed down time as Yager or Joger.
There we
Kerman
go.
Is right now floating above the desert. Well, it's right now over the desert bay, just before the desert. Yeah, desert bay there.
All right, we're losing a little bit of speed here, just because this engine's got a lot of work to do.
What did
a
you
lot
say
of weight to lift. But
what? It's 3 o'clock. You want to launch at, right? Like when you said
if you're launching directly to the moon.
Oh, it's the moon. Okay.
Yeah, you put the moon at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Where you would be at noon, so to speak. Well, if you're looking at the
Kerbin at the top,
the Kerbin system as the solar system, and we're missing our gravity turn, but that's all right. But since I'm launching for orbit first and not launching directly to the moon, it doesn't really matter. You can kind of figure that out from once you're in orbit.
True, yes.
All right, so we're up to 17,000 meters here. We've got a ways to go before we've got our um, velocity up to spec.
Alright, he is right now over the eastern edge of the desert. And I think I'm going to launch right now. Hopefully this isn't too early. Typically they say you want to launch when they're directly above Kerbal.
Directly above isn't quite right, I don't think. In my experience with Rendezvous, they need to be a little bit behind where you're launching. And what I typically do is I launch so that they're going to be behind me, and I bring myself up to a greater altitude.
Yeah.
And then basically do that until they intersect my orbit. And then as your ship gets to them, you kill your relative velocity to them, and it basically circularizes your orbit and matches it to theirs at that intersect point.
Mm-hmm.
It works really, really well.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead. He is right now above the... about halfway in the ocean between Kerbin and here. So we're going to launch... throttle up. Aurora has no... It's like a pilot.
What's wrong?
And he said I forgot to select a pilot. I'm like, what do you mean doesn't have an SAS?
Alright, we've got a 49-second burn here. We are approaching our apoapsis. We just got to get lined up right and not overshoot.
Mm-hmm.
Not a ton of... No, well, definitely not enough Delta V left in this stage. So we will probably burn a little bit early. Maybe at 30 seconds, because we're going to lose some thrust. So let's start burning here. Should be alright. Our apoapsis is at 74,000, so we got a little bit of room to play with. There we go. That stage burns off, and then we move over to the next one, which is going to be a bit longer of a burn, but we should be alright. Should still make orbit just fine. Let's actually point at the maneuver instead of prograde here.
Alright.
And hopefully this stage will get us there, and we'll have enough left to pretty much get our encounter with the Mun, and then we'll use the fuel in the lander to get our orbit and then land. If nothing else, we will just get the orbit and then come back with more fuel. But I think we should have enough Delta V to do everything if we're careful. Alright, we're just about there. And that's an orbit. And we still have over half this fuel tank left, which is fantastic. Alright, let's get rid of this maneuver node and see where... Alright, so the Mun's there. So we actually want to orbit over here, which is actually at our periapsis, which is pretty much perfect. So we want to add a maneuver node there and burn this way until we get an encounter, which should be any time now right there. All right, that's all right, so we want to try and get our periapsis as low as possible if we can, and that's the wrong way to do that. Let's see here. A little bit less right now. I think that's crashing us into the surface, which is not really what we want. 9,000 is about as close as we could possibly hope for, really. Any lower than that and I'd be afraid we'd hit the surface. 9,000. I'm pretty sure 9,000.
10,000 is usually where I put it.
Yeah, I think the peak.
I get really nervous anything
I
below
think the
that.
highest, if I remember correctly from the wiki, I think the highest peak on the Mun is 7,000. So, all right, so that's a burn in 5 minutes. It's a 57-second burn, and we won't have to stage or anything like that. Let's get a little time acceleration going here. Have you launched yet?
Yeah, I've launched. I'm heading into orbit right now. I'm going to slow my throttle down a little bit here as my time to apoapsis has gotten above a minute here.
All you really need to do is, get within 2 kilometers so you can do the rest with the Kerbal. Get within 2 kilometers and have your velocity pretty much killed.
Yeah, well, I'm getting into orbit first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, I'm, lined up almost exactly with this guy.
One of the things you can do is, I don't know if you probably haven't done this, but one of the things I've taken to doing is, while I'm still on the launch pad, is I set my target.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
But you could probably set it now if you haven't already.
Oh yeah.
And before you circularize your orbit, you can make a maneuver to try and get as close as possible, and then circularize when you hit that point.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking of doing. Is just when you say head towards him, you're talking about line up the purple whatever.
Well,
oh shit! I don't want to do that. I had autopilot on.
Well, is he behind or in front of you?
Ah.
Okay. Oh wait.
Fuck shit up. There we go.
Is he behind or in front of you?
Okay, all right. Now that I've stabilized again, he is barely in front of me. I will be passing him very quickly, though.
Okay.
You're going to. Is my altitude still increasing here? Yes, I still want to increase my altitude.
Oh, there we go. I need to start
even though I haven't circularized yet.
Right.
So we're going to switch over here to stable before I switch to target. Yeah, my relative velocity to him is decreasing quickly. And so I want to maneuver to him.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain my process in the...
Yeah.
Alright, we are doing our burn to the Mun here, and we're almost there.
Actually, I'm going to
almost wait for it. And there we go.
To him,
I think.
And that'll still get me...
Oh, not quite, actually. There we go. Alright, what did we do? Okay, well, actually, I think we can burn a little bit more. Oh, too much! Too much! Too much! Too much. I don't really want to crash into the surface. That's bad. Let's go retrograde a little bit here and fix that. There we go. Close enough. Alright, so we are on our way to the Mun.
Of course, he is exactly lined up with my orbitable prograde almost. So that's not helping me.
How far in the future are you? Oh, you're 47 minutes in the future.
Really? That's it? Well, you probably...
I haven't time warped yet since my launch. Time warping is starting now, though, so soon you won't be 47 minutes in the future.
Oh, I'm probably going to revert because I clearly fucked this up by listening to you. Yeah, because I noticed I've way past my apoapsis. I'm technically falling right now.
Are you...
The engine's full speed.
I mean, are you above him or below him?
Well, I'm below him.
Okay, then that's bad. And say if you
Yes.
were above him and falling, it's fine because you'll
Yes.
meet him essentially,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can. All right, so we are fast forwarding out to the Mun.
Might be able to pull this out of my ass. We'll see.
All right, so our apoapsis is like a day away. Let's time warp a little bit more. Gotta be careful not to miss.
My periapsis is. I'm almost in the exact same position I was before. What? Oh, that's your orbit. I'm like, what is this other orbit?
All right, I think we're almost there. Wait for it and stop. There we go. All right. 33,000 is not terrible. We're kind of on a weird inclination, but I'm not going to care too much about that. Don't want to waste any fuel doing unnecessary maneuvers. So, when we get to our periapsis, we will need to close our orbit. Bring it around and down about as much as possible.
I'm actually going to increase my speed. Hopefully my apoapsis won't fall too badly. It's falling, which isn't too bad because I am skirting the atmosphere. Again, my NASA. I haven't submitted any applications to NASA in a while, so.
All right, so there we go. We've got our maneuver set up. It's only 248 meters per second delta V. We still have, looks like 554 left in this stage, so we're pretty good here.
Actually got this lined up pretty well here. If you'll notice, this is me right here, the blue orbit. And I'm going to intersect his orbit here. And at that point in time, he's going to be 818 kilometers away from me. But then when I intersect his orbit again, he's only going to be 55 kilometers away from me. And it shrank a little bit because I aero braked a little bit. And so right about here, I'm going to start burning towards him. And that's going to round out my orbit, hopefully raise my periapsis, and then get him on board.
The other thing you can do is add a maneuver node close to there and play with it, or out at your apoapsis and play with it to see like if adjusting inclination or the normal and anti-normal actually brings you closer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what I did before is I mixed up the two. I mixed up the nav ball settings because I've taken kind of a small KSP break. And so I haven't maneuvered to my space station yet.
Gotcha.
So.
Whereas I've been building a ship in orbit in my.
Yes.
Well, that ship in orbit has now moved on and is now in orbit of the Mun, and I proceeded to crash that lander into the Mun because I made a dumb rookie mistake and decided to land on the dark side and couldn't see the surface. Luckily, there was no one in it because I forgot to transfer the Kerbal into it, so it was flying by probe. Alright, so we are fast forwarding to our maneuver here. We are 13 minutes out. And we only need a 15-second burn. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
I even think this particular type of intercept has like a name for it. I don't.
It might. I don't actually know.
I believe it does. Don't quote me on that. NASA engineers, write in. Leave comments below.
All right, we are 15 seconds out of our 15-second burn. We will wait for 7. There we go. And we will burn.
I'm going to 4x speed here. There we go. Oh, shit!
That didn't sound good.
That was kind of fast. All right, so he's actually getting my Kerbal right now is pretty much. I don't want to say parallel with me because in space, he's even with me, kind of. No, maybe not. So, but I am going to start. If I is off somewhere over here, so I have no fucking electricity. I bet that's right. Of course. Why would I have electricity?
Oh man. All right. We're just kind of circularizing our orbit now. All right, I think that's good enough. All right, so we're gonna want to land on the sunny side and probably in a giant crater because they're usually easier. So, I think we're gonna come to about. I think we're gonna come to about here maybe. And do a maneuver. I'm not really sure where the optimal place to do this maneuver is, but this seems like as good as any. And we're gonna do something like that. So we're on the far edge of the crater, so that we make sure we miss any mountains there, and then we can just kind of kill our speed once we get down in there. And this is only a 1-second burn. So we're going to have a lot of fuel left in this stage. Well, not a lot of fuel left, but a lot more than what this is going to take. Solar panels?
Like I had the technology for solar panels.
How do you not have the technology for solar panels?
Because clearly when I'm YouTubing, I act all retarded.
I'm thinking maybe you should have done that 10% strategy like I did for science.
Probably. Well, I was going to wait to do the 65% thing, but I don't have the... we were waiting for the funds. Did we have the funds? We were waiting for the funds to upgrade something before we did that.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I'm just going to see how the 10% does, because the 60% was ridiculous, and I unlocked the entire tech tree in like 3 missions.
Yeah, that would be nice right about now. That's what apparently I'm fucking used to, is having the tech tree unlocked.
It would be nice, but then it was just like, oh... But now I've got all this science and I can't actually afford to upgrade the building. What do I do with it all? Alright, let's find our maneuver while Bobby continues to struggle.
Can we just start over? I'm good. Can I like yell cut or something? Or how does this work?
It doesn't work that way.
Oh. I need a cigarette. I don't even smoke.
Don't smoke, kids.
Smoking is bad, okay? And we're not in Colorado, so you can't smoke any of that other stuff, or Washington State.
Alright, we are getting there. Just about time for a burn.
I'm debating on what to do.
Oh, how so?
Well, like I'm debating on... Well, I added 2 battery packs. That should... There's no alternator on... There's no alternator on the 909. Or, you know, whatever the space equivalent of an alternator is. How much science do I have?
Alright,
we're just do a couple contracts.
We're just going to ditch the maneuver node here because we don't actually need it. And then we're just going to start to burn on our retrograde. Oh, too far, but that'll be fine.
Okay, I'm less than 6 science away from solar panels. There's got to be something I can do.
Oh,
like
actually,
on the launch pad or something. Actually, here, let's go here. I really am good at this game, I swear. I swear, Internet.
Science while I'm here. Let's keep that data. And observe the mystery goo. And keep that data. I only put one thermometer on. So we will do that on the surface, and we will do the rest of the science on the surface.
How did I get a temperature scan report already?
What, huh?
How did I get it? I don't even know the thermometer, but somebody got a temperature scan.
Maybe because you've flown ships that have thermometers.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's from doing the... Actually, let's see here. Position a satellite in specific orbit around Kerbin. That I can do.
You need science, right?
I need... yeah.
Set that 10% science strategy before you do that. It doesn't cost very much. You've probably got plenty of money.
I got 332,000.
Yeah, you've got plenty of money. So set that science strategy before you do that, and then you can do that and get your solar panels and rescue your Kerbal. And you could probably get RCS too if you wanted it. All right, we are fast forwarding here a little bit until we get closer to the surface.
Hold on, what is this?
It's a money to science strategy, so it'll be under the science column.
There it is, yeah. Okay. I'm going to do 25%.
This ambient light mod is making a world of difference. As far as... This would be completely pitch black right now if it wasn't for that mod. So you guys can actually see what's going on here. May mess with the settings a little bit between episodes, but...
So actually, I'm going to accept... Oh, go ahead.
We're actually at about time, so... Why don't we cut here? We'll call it here, and when we come back, you will see the exciting conclusion to me attempting to land on the Mun. And hopefully Bobby attempting to rescue a Kerbal. So, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for more Kerbal Space Program. Bye.